Let me mention again, guests on Keel appear via the Jack Spring Electric Keel Newsmaker hotline.
Don Pierson is Louisiana Economic Development Secretary, and he's a Bossier guy, but currently living in the capital, working in the administration. Morning, sir.
Hey, good morning, Aaron.
I got the report from the Workforce Commission today, and it shows Shreveport has lost about 3,000 jobs since last year, while other parts of the state are booming. I'm going to ask you a silly question, Don. My friend, what's wrong with Shreveport Bossier?
There's not a thing wrong with Shreveport Bossier, Miss Aaron. We're doing a lot of different things. We're coping with maybe a little bit of the downsizing after Haynesville Shale brought a lot of activity into the area. Clearly, there's changes that are always taking place out at Barksdale, although we're working very hard in that market as well. Certainly some losses along the way, perhaps maybe when Continental Express Jet lost their contract to do maintenance on aircraft there, and 250 important jobs went away with this strong multiplier that's behind those jobs. And it's clearly why we have to stay consistently focused on bringing the attributes of the area to the forefront so that we can continue to grow. I'd really like people in Shreveport Bossier to go out to the port more often. I know it's easier to drive on I-20, but you overlook just what a tremendous industrial engine there is out there with Bentler and Pratt and Ternium and a whole bunch of other companies that are also contemplating expansions. So all of this is on our radar. We can and will do better. Certainly things like the medical corridor, the molecular imaging center that's coming up over there, all paint a picture of great potential for the future.
Can you put a number on that? Say 5 years from now, we will have X. 36 months from now, we will have Y. I mean, you just mentioned a lot of things, and they are legit, but they're kind of legit now, and we still lost 3,000.
Yeah, so I've got a great degree of confidence, and that's because I get to have sort of a picture of what's in the pipeline. But the important thing is in the fundamentals, not being left behind. And things like the strength of the Cyber Innovation Center, GDIT, that are growth potential for the region out there. Of course, the consolidation of the medical hub that has always been a part of this, the understanding of how important Barksdale is. If these pieces continue to align for us, I think you're going to easily replace the jobs we've lost and see maybe triple that in a 5-year projection.
You said we can do better. What are you going to do, Don? What are you and what are other leaders going to do? Are you going to focus a little more attention on our area? Because that seems to be what we need.
Well, here's what we're going to continue to do is be a strong partner to you. With 64 parishes around our state, there's not a silver bullet. There's not one factor that's going to be implemented that will change for Caddo. What will change for Northwest Louisiana is the recognition of all of these things as being integral and interactive and keeping the strength with a regional focus. I think those pieces are in place. I think both mayors, I think the North Louisiana Economic Partnership under the direction of Scott Martinez is got this straight. It's just been, again, the oil and gas industry in our state, very, very challenging seeing the market conditions erode that. Certainly Homa Thibodeau is struggling today. But Shreveport, as a regional hub, has so many assets. We just continue to push in the right directions, pushing together, and we're going to see these changes come about. Two nice aerospace aviation announcements within the recent times with Western Global Airlines and the recent addition of Advanced Aero Services. That's putting us on the right path to grow one of those sectors that I'm talking about.
Mr. Don, do you think 49 is a big deal, that intercity connector, or do you have a feeling about that one way or the other? And if it were there, if it was, what is it, a 3.5, 4 mile stretch, whatever, do you think that would matter a lot?
Well, it is going to matter in the strategic picture, in the longer term picture, and it's very important. Don't let me take anything away from that. But the tactical wins that we need on the field right now are considerably important. And so we have to play both games. We have to build the long-term strategy, the strategic activities, and then we've got to bring our A game to all the tactical opportunities to win in the various sectors that I've talked about this morning.
You said you were optimistic because you knew things that were in the pipeline. How much can you share about what's in that pipeline, and what's the timetable?
Well, that's always a critical piece of our business is the confidentiality that we have to maintain around our prospects. And they change on a weekly/monthly basis. But I think one of the important things is that we continue to see strong interest, and that we're seeing those opportunities, and that we have the ability to win with them. The other thing you would want to look at in this strategic partnership aspect is the kind of things that we're doing to strengthen Southern University in Shreveport, the things that we're doing out on the LSU campus, over on the Bossier Parish Community College campus, that are, again, building this fabric that keeps the community's workforce strong. That's something we may not have a lot of time to talk about this morning, but certainly a critical factor going forward, part of the strategic strength that we need if we're going to be successful in the long run.